What's good, guys? And today we're gonna be talking about distributed tracing. And distributed tracing is one of the most important topic that all software engineers out there must understand. Okay, so distributed tracing is a method used to profile and monitor applications, especially those built using a microservice, okay, or microservices architecture. Distributed tracing helps pinpoint where failures occur and what causes poor performance. Earlier on, I did a course on distributed tracing, but this is another course that I'm still gonna do for distributed tracing. And if you haven't been following my courses, please go back again to my previous videos. You will see how I started by creating a multi-module project, and this is the project that I've been working on. It's a point collection app, and it's a Maven project with two sub modules. And this is what we just created the last course, Eureka Server, how you can be able to register your application using Eureka Server. Now, right now, we'll be able to we'll work on distributed tracing, and this is used to pinpoint failures in our application. I went ahead and did the project, so I'm just going to take you through the steps which you need to know for you to be able to set up distributed tracing. So the first thing that I want you to go is that I want you to go to Google, type Spring Boot Initializer, just like that. Then, depending on the project that you're working on, this is Gradle for Groovy, Gradle for Kotlin, but I'm working with Maven. So I want you to go ahead and click on Maven, and then go straight to our dependencies, and I want you to add a dependency, and this dependency that I want you to add is Zipkin. Zipkin enables and express span and trace IDs to Zipkin. Okay, so Zipkin enable and expose span and trace IDs to Zipkin. So if you click on it and come down here and click explore, so it's gonna provide you with some few dependencies that we will use. So as you can see, we have this group of dependencies here, this one. So the first dependency we have is Spring Boot Starter Actuator. Then the next one is Micrometer Tracing Bridge Brave. And then the next one is Zipkin Reporter Brave. This is coming from Zipkin, this is coming from Micrometer, and this is coming from Spring Framework Boot. We're using Micrometer because Spring Cloud Sleuth was, distributed tracing was pushed to Micrometer. We never use Sleuth nowadays. With the Spring Boot 3 that we have, we don't use Sleuth. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and copy this dependency. Just grab all these dependencies just like that, copy them, click on copy, and then I want you to go straight to your project. Remember, this is a Maven project, so we have this parent module here, and if I click on the drop down arrow, we have these two sub modules. These two sub modules share dependencies from the parent module, and our parent module is down here where we have pom.xml. So if you open pom.xml, I want you to copy those dependencies here. Spring Boot Starter Actuator, we have Micrometer Tracing Bridge Brave, and also we have Zipkin Reporter Brave. So these are the dependencies that we got from this part here, and all these are the dependencies that we just copied and pasted here. Okay, what I want you to do is that I want you to go ahead and click on application.yaml for customer. Okay, depending on which multi-module you have, Then down here, I want you to come and write management, tracing, sampling, probability, which is 1. So make sure you add this inside your application.yaml, management, tracing, sampling, probability, which is 1. Okay. Then after that, I want you also to do the same thing to the product. If I down click on this project, and if I go straight back to resources, I want you also to do the same thing to your product. We have management, tracing, sampling, probability, which is 1, this one here. So I want you to add this this command here in your application.yaml for all the microservices that you will be having. Okay. So once you're done adding that command, I want you also to go back again to your customer multi-module, depending on which multi-module that you're working with, depending on which microservice that you're working with. So I want you to go straight to controllers, just here, down here to controllers. So if I click on customer controller, which accept the API, okay, I want you to go ahead and add this annotation here, SLF4J. This SL4J will help us, will help our system print the trace ID and the span ID in our system. So as you can see, we have SL4J. Then here on your post mapping, I want you to write this code here, log info, then new customer registration, then we have customer registration, this one here. Okay, so make sure you go ahead and add this. Okay, so this one, the trace ID and the span ID is added in our application because of this SLF4J. Okay, so it's very important for you to be able to add this, and once you add this, you will be able to see the trace ID and the span ID. Okay, note that it is very important to have this. Okay, it's very important to have this inside your microservice controller. So as you can see, I have one also in my get mapping. Okay, then also the same thing applies to my product microservice. So if I go straight to product microservice, we have this SLF4J, and then also we have this information here, log info, new product registration request. Okay, so this product registration request is the one that we have here. So this is what we are sending. Okay, and it's supposed to be inside your post mapping and also get mapping. So once you've done that, the next step that we need to do is go straight to Google, and then I want you to type zipkin.com. Then we're gonna be using Zipkin, and so Zipkin is a distributed tracing system. It helps gather timing data needed to troubleshoot latency problem in service architecture. So to quick start Zipkin, you have to go straight to click here, quick start, and then you can quick start this by using Docker. So the Docker Zipkin project is able to build Docker image, provide script, and Docker compose.yaml. So you have this file here in your computer. So I want you to go ahead and click this Docker compose.yaml, or you have to create this file from your root folder. Okay, so let me show you. So you have to go straight to your parent module. If you're using parent module, go straight to new and then create a new file, and then name that file docker.compose.yaml. So if I click on it, I have this Zipkin command here. So I want you to type this Zipkin, and then the image is gonna be created is open Zipkin /Zipkin, then the container name is Zipkin. Okay, so once you do that, I want you to go ahead and start Zipkin. So for us to start this Zipkin, you can click here, click on start Zipkin, then go straight to your Docker container. Make sure you have Docker installed, and then we have Zipkin down here, which is running. Okay, and it's running at port 9411. So what I want you to do is that I want you to click on that port, and then it's gonna open Zipkin here. Okay, so the next step we'll have to do is that we need to start all our microservices. So we'll start with Eureka server, so that all the microservices can register themselves in our Eureka server. So I'll start Eureka server. Then after Eureka server, I will go ahead and start product. Click on product. Then I'll also go ahead and start my next microservice, which is customer. So my next microservice, which is customer, I can see it here. So what I'll do is that I'll go straight to customer, then go to the starting point of my application, and then run this. So click on run, and then this is gonna run my third microservice, as you can see. So 3 microservices are up and running. So the next step that we need to do is just open Postman, and Postman will help us send some information in our database so that we can be able to do distributed tracing. So the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and run product. So this is a post mapping that we are doing. So we're gonna go ahead and push this information to our database. So I'll click on send, and if I click on send, we have 200 status. That means that was successful. So if I go to my product microservice, so this is customer. So if I go straight to my product microservice, so let's go straight to product microservice here, you will see that we are able to see the span ID, we are able to see the trace ID. This one here is the trace ID, okay, and then this one here is the span ID. Then let's push some customer information into our microservice. So I'm gonna do a post mapping. So I will push this, click on send, then there's a 200 status, so that means it was successfully sent. So the next step I'll do is that I will go back again to my application, click on customer. Then as you can see, we also have our trace ID here, and also we have our span ID here. Okay, then the next step that we need to do is to go straight to our Zipkin and then click on run query. And as you can see, we have our product here, and this was a minute ago, and also we have our customer, and then we also have Eureka server here. So if I click on show, then this is the information down here. Service name is product, okay, and also we also have our span ID here. Okay, so this one worked perfectly. Then if I go back again to sorry, so this is a span ID table. I mean, we have the span ID, we have the product, and then we also have the span name, start time, which was this time here, and then the duration it took 321 milliseconds. Okay, so we'll also have to do that for, I don't know how to close this, find trace. So we'll also have to do that for customer. Click on customer, and then we still have the same information here. That's our span ID, and this is our trace ID up here. Okay, so if you find this video useful, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. More videos coming through on a road to 1,000 subscribers.